Should prisoners be allowed to vote? You committed a crime? Shouldn't you lose your voice in democracy? Or does every citizen, regardless of their actions, deserve a say in how the country is run? This is an interesting question, and there are valid arguments on both sides. On the one hand, we have to remember that voting is a right not just for all citizens, but for all eligible citizens. And if you take away the right to vote from prisoners, then you're taking away a right from a group of people who are still, despite what they've done, citizens. Many prisoners will argue that they are no different from any other citizen and that they too should have a say in how the country is run. After all, it was only a mistake that led them down this path. They're paying for their crimes, and importantly, they're serving their time. What more do they have to do to be reintegrated into society once they've served their sentence? Having the right to vote is a crucial part of being a full member of society. By denying prisoners this right, we're essentially saying that they don't deserve to be treated as equals. We're making them second-class citizens. And many would argue that this is wrong. Furthermore, there is the argument that if we allow prisoners to vote, it could actually encourage political participation among them. When people feel like they have a stake in the political process, they're more likely to engage with it. Prisoners who are allowed to vote are more likely to be politically active, which could lead to positive change both for themselves and for society as a whole. It could also help to reduce the levels of political apathy and disengagement that we see among young people and other groups who feel like they do and have a voice. However, there are also good arguments for why prisoners should not be allowed to vote. Firstly, we have to remember that prisoners have broken the law. They have violated the rules that we all agree keep society functioning. And as punishment for that, they deserve to lose certain privileges, including the right to vote. If we allow prisoners to vote, then it sends a message that it's okay to break the law. It suggests that crime and punishment aren't serious. And this is a message that we don't want to send. We need to maintain the sanctity of the law. Breaking it should have serious consequences, and one of those consequences should be the temporary removal of certain rights. Secondly, prisoners are not like any other citizens. They have, in a sense, voluntarily given up their rights in exchange for the safety of society. When you choose to commit a crime, you have to accept that you might go to prison. And when you get to prison, you have to accept that you will lose certain rights. The right to vote is one of those rights. Losing this right is part of the price you pay for your crime. So what do you think? Should prisoners be allowed to vote? As always, your comments are greatly appreciated.